Hey everyone, and welcome back to ORBIX, the channel where we explore how our world's geography shapes human history. Today, we're journeying back in time to a land of gods, heroes, and philosophers, ancient Greece. We often think of Greece in terms of its monumental ideas and culture, but have you ever wondered how its very landscape, the mountains, the sea, the soil, forged this legendary civilization? Let's dig in. Picture the Greek peninsula. It's not a vast open plain like Mesopotamia or Egypt. Instead, it's a rugged, mountainous land, a spine of rock jutting into the Mediterranean. Over 80% of Greece is mountainous. What does this mean for a developing civilization? Well, for starters, it means you're not going to have a single unified empire right off the bat. These mountain ranges, like the Pindus chain, acted as natural barriers, slicing the land into countless small valleys and coastal plains. This geographical fragmentation was the key ingredient for the birth of the polis, or the city-state. Think of Sparta, nestled in its isolated valley, or Athens, controlling the Attic Peninsula. Each community was fiercely independent because, well, it was hard to get to your neighbors. This created a unique political landscape of hundreds of individual states, each with its own government, army, and identity. This fostered intense rivalry, sure, but it also sparked an incredible burst of innovation in philosophy, art, and governance as each polis tried to outdo the others. Geography didn't just separate the Greeks, it made them competitors, and that competition fueled their golden age. Now, if you can't farm vast fields, what do? The Greek soil is thin and rocky, not ideal for growing massive amounts of grain like wheat. So the ancient Greeks had to be clever. They focused on what their land could support. They terraced the hillsides to cultivate the Mediterranean triad: olives, grapes, and barley. Olives gave them oil for cooking, lighting, and trade. Grapes gave them wine, a cornerstone of their culture and economy. This specialized agriculture meant they couldn't be fully self-sufficient. They had to look outwards. And where do you look when you're surrounded by water? The sea. Greece has one of the longest coastlines in the world, relative to its size, dotted with thousands of islands. The Aegean Sea wasn't a barrier, it was a highway. The ancient Greeks became master sailors and traders out of necessity. They needed to import grain and timber, and they paid for it with their exports of olive oil, wine, and beautifully crafted pottery. The sea connected them to Egypt, the Near East, and colonies as far as modern-day France and Spain. This maritime network wasn't just for goods, it was a superhighway for ideas. Concepts from the East flowed into Greece, were debated, refined, and transformed into something uniquely Hellenic. The sea made the Greeks a cosmopolitan people, whose intellectual curiosity was as boundless as the horizon. Let's talk about defense. Those same mountains that made unification difficult also made conquest a nightmare for invaders. Think of the famous Battle of Thermopylae. A small band of Spartans used a narrow mountain pass to hold off the massive Persian army. The terrain was their greatest ally. Similarly, the sea was both a trade route and a defensive moat. A strong navy, like the one Athens built, could dominate the Aegean, protecting its shores and its trade interests. The famous naval battle of Salamis, where the nimbler Greek fleet defeated the larger Persian navy in a narrow strait, is a perfect example of how the Greeks leveraged their intimate knowledge of their maritime geography to secure their freedom. Their environment taught them to be strategic and resourceful. The climate also played a subtle but crucial role. Greece enjoys a Mediterranean climate, with hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. This encouraged an outdoor lifestyle. Much of public life, politics, philosophy, theater, happened outdoors in the agora, the public square. When Socrates was questioning Athenians, he wasn't in a stuffy classroom. He was in the bustling heart of the city. This open-air culture facilitated the free exchange of ideas and a strong sense of community. The very climate of Greece invited its people to gather, to talk, and to think, laying the groundwork for democracy and philosophy. Even their building materials were a gift from the ground beneath them. The abundance of high-quality marble, like the Pentelic marble used for the Parthenon, allowed for the creation of architectural wonders that still inspire awe today. The stone wasn't just a resource, it was a medium for expressing their ideals of beauty, order, and permanence. Their temples were literally carved from the bones of their homeland. So, when we look at ancient Greece, we see a civilization profoundly shaped by its environment. The mountains fostered independent, competitive city-states. The challenging soil pushed them to become savvy maritime traders. The sea connected them to a world of goods and ideas. The rugged landscape provided natural defenses, and the pleasant climate encouraged a vibrant public life. The story of ancient Greece is a powerful testament to human ingenuity. It's a story of a people who didn't just live on their land, but entered into a dynamic partnership with it, using its challenges and gifts to build one of the most influential civilizations in history. The geography of Greece didn't just build cities and temples, it built the very mindset of the ancient Greeks. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey with ORBIX today. If you enjoyed this exploration of how geography shapes history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure. Let us know in the comments which civilization's geography you'd like us to explore next. Until then, keep looking at the world around you. See you next time.